Just letting everyone in. Who have we got? Hello, Beck and Kay and Amanda and Tanya. How's everyone been? You guys
Lovely
are
to
in for
see
it.
see
Sorry,
fresh
go Priya.
faces. Lovely
Yeah,
to see you all.
it's nice. It's nice. You guys are in for a treat today. Well, as people are coming in, we might kick off so that we can value the time of Priya, who has come in to take us through some really awesome practices, which I'll let her introduce when I hand the time over. But we're just going to kick off. We'll kind of skip the welcomes, the wins. Although if someone's busting to share a win, just pop it in the chat box and we'll celebrate you that way. um, but tonight we're going to be doing some working with past memories. So if you have some past memories, that also could be recent memories. It could be more childhood memories that you're feeling are a bit sticky that you would like to work on. That's going to be the focus of tonight's session. And Priya is going to be doing some beautiful self havening with us as part of the process as well. So, a little bit about Priya. She is an accredited mental health social worker, psychotherapist, and certified havening techniques practitioner and trainer based in the serene, I actually don't know how to pronounce that, Macedon Ranges. Yeah.
Macedon Ranges, yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
nice. Near Melbourne, Australia. With over 20 years of experience, she is dedicated to supporting individuals in cultivating emotional well-being and resilience and navigating life's challenges, particularly those shared by trauma, emotional blocks, and personal transitions. So we're so grateful to have you here tonight to share your wisdom and your beautiful presence with us.
Thank you, Philly. I'm really very excited to be here. And it's nice to see people coming, new faces just jumping in every few minutes. Some faces I can't see yet, but yeah, you're all on a journey with Philly and Chris, which is a big blessing, I think, in this modern life that we lead. That's very different to how we should, can be living, can be choosing to live. So we're from all over Australia.
Do you, would it be useful maybe in the chat box just to
Yeah.
introduce yourself, where you're from, maybe a word, how you feeling right now? And would it be helpful, Priya, to if would you like to know kind of the gauge of if people have done havening or
Yeah, I think that would be really
reprocessing
good.
memories? Yeah.
Yes, if you've had experience with havening or if you've had experience with memory reprocessing, changing memories, delinking the emotions from a memory. And it's okay if you haven't had any of those experience. I'm just curious.
Back from Sydney, feeling good after lots of cuddles with your friend's 3 month old. Are they doing good? Mum and Bub, so good. Claire's feeling wonderful. Where is Claire's? Her video on. You're just living life at the moment. You're feeling amazing. Yeah, experience havening. Melinda, Queensland, feeling great and have done some havening. Awesome.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Over to you, Priya.
Thank you. Thanks, Philly. Okay, well, like I said a few times, I'm really excited to be here, working with the subconscious and, helping people to just be their authentic best selves is really my passion. It's really important that I work on myself, and it's really important for me to help people to do that if that's what they're looking for. So it's a real blessing to be here, and thank you very much. So tonight, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be identifying a memory or a series of memories that are tagged with the same kind of theme or emotional content. Does that make sense? And can you just raise your hands if you've already identified that memory or sequence of memories? Beautiful. Thank you. That's great. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening up the memory network and working with that using Havening. And Havening, some of you may know what it is, and I'm not going to go into the science, but it's a modality that I'm really passionate about, developed by twin brothers, Dr. Ron and Stephen Rudin. And they discovered that doing gentle movements like this on our skin, and you can all do that with me now as we're talking. So there's 3 moves. So it's just slow, really gentle, nurturing strokes against the palms. There's another move that works like this in one direction from shoulders to elbows, if you can see me, just in a really soothing pace, and across the forehead and across the cheeks like this, almost like in a heart shape like that, right? So it's really gentle, and you can do all 3. You can mix it up all 3, or you can just focus on one or the other. What this does is, and I'm just going to really briefly introduce you, we have these really special receptors in our skin that, pick up slow touch, and they're called tactile fibers. And what they do is they send neurochemical, electrochemical messages direct to the brain and change the brainwave state. So when we're stressed or when we're anxious or when we're thinking, even though it might be unconsciously, to past events in our life that have been intense or difficult, the brainwaves become quite fast and release survival responses, stress neurochemicals. And the beautiful thing about havening is, without thinking, without talking, it really changes the brainwave state to delta waves. And delta waves are a very calm and soothing brainwave. And when we go into the way the brain stores memories, we can do a lot with delta waves around reprocessing emotional memories that have been difficult from our past. So I think that's all I really want to say about havening, but that's what we're going to do tonight. Trauma is a big word, and so what I'm just going to say is intense experiences that make us feel unsafe, get encoded in the brain in a very different way, and they trigger off our survival responses, or feel, you know what it's all like to feel triggered, right? I'm sure you know what that's like. It's a human natural response that gets our body ready to survive or do something. But, in the context of daily life, that can be really difficult when we have big reactions inside to something that's happening outside, and we might feel like we have little control over it. So havening is one way that I know of to very quickly reduce the activation in the body. So let's start. Okay, so I want you all, first of all, let's just feel our feet on the ground, our sit bones in our seat, and just kind of bring your awareness to your body, and just kind of notice where it's tense, and just relax. Do a body scan and relax your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs. Feel yourself sitting in your chair. If you'd like to lean back, you can just feel your back resting against your chair or your cushion. Moving up into your chest. Sometimes our chest can feel quite tight. Just relax that. Let your shoulders just fall naturally and relax into its natural place. Not too close, all the way hunched up to your ears, just really relaxed. Our neck, maybe you want to just roll your neck a little bit from one side and then to the other side. Yep. Just relax, go scan the back of your body and just let go of any tension there. You can just talk to your body and just say, hey, body, let's relax. Let's just sit down and enjoy this process here. Havening creates a deep sense of safety in the body. And when we have a deep sense of safety, lots of beautiful things become organically possible. We can let go of so many things without trying very hard. And that's what I love about this process. Okay. So it's not meant to be hard work. Tonight, we're not trying to get rid of anything. We're just creating a deep sense of safety in the body using lots of imagery, imagination, neutral, engaging distractions, which I will be leading you through. And we will let the brain do its own natural thing of, disconnecting difficult emotions from memories and neutralizing them essentially. Okay. So are we ready? Yeah. All right. So what I'd like you to do is to have your memory and just bring it to your mind. Okay, we're not going to have it in there too long, but just bring it to mind and just imagine as if it was a photograph almost. It might be a series of memories, and just imagine that they're snapshots of your life. They might be in a stack of photos. Might be one photo, just one event, might be a number of events that feel similar to you. So just gather them together. And in your mind's eye, I just want you to imagine that they are stacked up at some safe distance from you. And let your mind very naturally do that. Create that imagery. The right brain loves images, symbols, metaphors. So that's what we're really activating tonight. And I want you to imagine that these memories are, you're going to say goodbye to them this evening, okay? Goodbye in a way that they're not sitting heavy in your body or your brain. I can see a big smile on someone's face already. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a big container. The container can be as big as you want, as wide as you want. It can be made of any material. Just let your mind kind of let that container just pop in very naturally. And just see the stack of photos or the single photo go into this container. This container is strong enough, big enough, full of a natural wisdom of its own. So put your photographs in there. And I want your mind to just very naturally kind of come up with a symbol that represents a theme or the feeling that's in these memories. You don't have to try hard. It'll just pop in a symbol to represent what you have in the box. And imagine this symbol on the box. Okay. And I want you to put your box at a safe distance from you. It can be far away, so not too close. This box is now contained and far away enough so that we can work on it without it feeling too close or ominous. Okay. And let's start havening. So you can be rubbing your palms, stroking your face, forehead, cheeks, or from your elbows, from your shoulders down to your elbows in one direction. We want to be havening throughout this process. I want you to look at the container, and it's okay if you can't think of a symbol. You can just kind of just know that it's there. It can be a color, it can be just a blob of color. Okay, it's all right. You cannot do this wrong. Put it that way. Okay, if you can't, your brain already knows what you've got, and it knows what's in the container. Your subconscious is really onto this process. Okay, you really can't get it wrong. We're havening and the deltoids are going, and I just want you to think about, and it's okay if there's nothing there as well. Okay, blackness can also just be how it feels, and that's fine too. Thank you for sharing that. I want you to kind of identify and just get clear, these memories are in the box, this single memory or several memories. What are the emotions that are in the box? You're all on mute, so you can say it out loud if you like. What emotions are connected? It can be one big emotion, it can be several. It can be polar opposite emotions too.
It's not actually a feeling,
Mhm.
but it was more a knowing that I worked out that I was feeling at the young age of 5 unsafe with my mother. She represented a big authority figure with a violent anger, and she
Yep.
slapped me in the face, yelled at me. I ran off into another room to I was traumatized, and that became a repressed memory.
Yeah.
And I realized it was actually ingrained in my central nervous system from then on. And it makes sense why I always feared authority figures,
Yeah.
always. But
So Claire,
I could
yeah.
never understand it until I worked it all out recently.
How wonderful. So this is a
Yeah.
real opportunity. So if you just close your eyes and just kind of imagine that memory in the box. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Claire. It's an exciting opportunity for all of us tonight. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, if you've identified your memory or memories and it's in the box and you're clear on what emotions or you have a knowing or a feeling, and even if you don't, it's totally fine. It really is. They're in there anyway. Your brain, like I said, the subconscious knows exactly what's in there. And now we're going to do some distractions. Okay. Um, I am going to ask you all to identify a beautiful place in nature. It can be the mountains or the ocean, the beach, anywhere that's beautiful for you. And I want you to just kind of imagine being there. What would you look around? What do you see? Just notice. What what do you hear? Just notice that. What can you smell? What does the breeze or the sun feel like on your skin? Just keep havening. And I'd like you to imagine taking 20 steps, and I'm going to count out loud with you. I'll just keep it a normal pace. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Beautiful. I want you to do just a big stretch, and move, just pendulate your body like this. It's beautiful. And come back to havening. This helps to just settle our nervous system. And we're just being distracted now. Okay. You just follow my instructions and let your mind visualize the things that I tell you. I'm going to say numbers from 10 to 0, and I'm going to mention them in a color. And I just want you to imagine, okay, the color that I'm saying the number in and the number visually. If it's hard, just listen to my voice and just follow my voice. And it's okay if you can't see anything. And if you can, that's okay too. So I want you to see a green 10, a bright orange 9, a yellow 8, a purple 7, a pink glittery 6, a golden 5, a moss green 4, a white 3, a grey 2, a red 1, and I want you to see a blazing white radiant 0 in your mind's eye. Okay? All right, we're going to do another set of distractions, okay? I'm just giving your brain a different job to do while your subconscious is busy processing the memory. That's what we're doing. So these distractions are just meant to be neutral and engaging. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a giant shopping trolley, and we're going to be in this mega mart in the universe, okay? Which means you can have anything that you could possibly want. There's no budget, there's no limit. There's nothing, okay, that you can't have. And what you're going to do is you're going to walk into this mega mart or this supermarket, and you're going to put inside your trolley whatever you want. I'm going to say the alphabet, and I want you to pick something that starts with A and put it in your trolley. Something that starts with B, anything. Could be like a baboon eating a banana, okay, if that's what tickles your fancy. Anything that starts with B. Anything that starts with C from this mega mart in the universe, where anything and everything is possible. D, E, F. I like little green meditating frogs that you can buy in $2 shops, so I collect them. H, I, J. If I'm going too fast, that's okay. You can fill your trolley up at the end. K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, something beginning with R, S, T, U, V. You know, and if the alphabet's too much for you, you can just grab things off the shelf, just random things, because anything's possible. W, X, Y, and Z. How many of you have a zebra in your shopping trolley? Yep. And there's always a few of us who put in a zebra. All right. I want you to take a big, deep breath in through your nose and out again. And another. And another. And I want you to imagine a beautiful, beautiful green number 6, you know, pulsating. And an orange number 2 pulsating in front of you. I want you to imagine a fruit, any fruit that you really like. And imagine what it tastes like. What does it smell like? What does it feel like? And another big stretch, please, everybody. And pendulate your bodies. That's it. Yeah, and a big yawn, even if you don't feel like doing one, just yawn and just let your, that's it. That's the nervous system. That's it. Just do what it needs to do. There's an incredible intelligence in our nervous system. And if we get out the way, it can do anything for us. And it works in our best interests. Okay. All right, everyone. So I'm going to ask you to stop havening. And let's go back to your box filled with your memory and just notice how what do you notice about that? And if you could put it in the chat, is it, and there's no right or wrong, literally, whatever you experience you're having, that's fine. Okay, just maybe one line or one word. It might feel, yeah, that's it. So some of you are saying it's smaller and far away. Some of you are saying it's neutral. Yep. Yep. Less panicked. Yep. Exactly. It's just a box. Hard to see the picture. This is all the brain's way. Yep. This is the brain's way of naturally beginning to process a memory. And so we start to feel less blended with it, if that makes sense. Okay. So we're going to do another round. Okay. So we've got a lot of delta waves in us now. So we're going to continue. We're riding on the delta waves. Okay. Which is really changing the landscape of our brain while the brain does its incredible magic with these memories that have been stored in our nervous system. So let's go for another round of havening. Yep, I think you're all doing wonderful. And your nervous system is getting from the delta waves, what it does is giving the amygdala a really strong neurochemical message that there's nothing going on here. You're really safe. Whatever's in your brain it's totally fine. And what we're doing is we're holding that memory in this neurochemical soup of safety. And that's what helps us to distance from it. All right. So what I'm going to do, we're going to play another little visualizing distraction game. I want you to be in your beautiful place in nature. And I want you to just feel your feet on the ground. Hear the sounds of nature. Smell the smells of nature. The feel of the sun or the air on your skin. And I want you to lift your head up and I want you to see the big, beautiful blue sky, like a blue canvas. And I want, those little planes that write words in the sky? I want you to see a little plane writing the word peace in the sky. And you're all on mute, so you can say this out loud. I want you to spell out the word peace while seeing it in the sky above you. And now I want you to spell it backwards. And it's okay if you can't spell it backwards, neither can I. Just give it your best shot. We're getting your brain to do a different kind of job. And now I want you to see the word happy in the sky. And spell it out loud for me. And now I want you to spell it backwards. Okay, we're going to pick a slightly longer word now. I want you to see the word possibility written in the sky. I want you to say it out loud for me. And spell it backwards. And I want you to really kind of feel this feeling, try to cultivate this in your body that literally anything is possible. And now this beautiful little plane in this against this blue canvas of a sky is writing you a message, and this message is just for you, okay? What does it say? What is this message that's just for you? And just make a note of that for me. It's okay if you don't get one. Just imagine that this beautiful energy of love is coming from the plane and into your heart. Okay? All right. Beautiful. Everybody just do a big stretch. Pendulate your body. Your nervous system and your brain's working this evening, doing what it does naturally. And we're just allowing it to do this beautiful process by creating delta waves, which we can all do anytime, any moment, by touching these special receptors on the skin. You know, the human body is designed so brilliantly, right? Isn't it beautiful that we have these receptors on our skin that respond to soothing touch and then send messages of love and safety to your brain? Isn't that nice? And we can access that anytime. All right, so we're just gonna get you to imagine again. You're doing really well. Let's do some animals. Okay, I'm going to say the alphabet. We're going to think of an animal that starts with A. If you can't think of one, that's totally fine. Make up one. For example, an artistic cat. Okay, so all right. So remember, you can make up animals. Nothing's wrong or nothing's wrong. You can't get this wrong. The next alphabet I'm going to give you is a B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Sometimes I forget what the next letter is because I'm full of delta waves. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. If you can't think of a Q named animal, you know those quokkas that are in those beautiful, cute little quokkas? Can you all imagine a cute little quokka? They kind of look like little tiny kangaroos if you don't know what one looks like. R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and zebra. Back to our zebra. All right, everybody. So I want you to take a big stretch and a big yawn. That's it. And stop havening. And let's go back to the box with the memory or the memories that you've got in there. And if you could just notice and just put it in the chat, what do you notice about that? Remember, there's no right or wrong way. The intelligence in your body-mind system is always far more intelligent than anything else. So we just have to, yep, the box is empty. Yep, beautiful, empty, interestingly peaceful. Yep, symbol is on the other side, can't see it. That's it. All those things, smaller, invisible, can't see it. What else? Becoming invisible. Yep, lovely. Yep, fantastic. All right. Again, if you have a hard time visualizing, please don't worry. The delta waves are doing its thing. Okay, so there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, beautiful, lovely. All right, so what we're going to do, fantastic, everyone. Well done. This is how beautifully intelligent your body is when it feels safe and when it feels like it can just naturally let something go. So one little more little thing we're going to do, okay? So for those of you whose box has completely disappeared, that's fine. We'll do this anyway. For those of you who's still got a box or it's faded away, smaller, whatever state it's in, there might be one little crumb left, whatever, it doesn't matter. What we're going to do is we're going to imagine a healing waterfall of energy, all right? So what color is this healing waterfall of energy to you? It can be any color. Everything is made up of energy. So this is not woo-woo. This is, hard science, and everything has a vibration. So what color is most needed for you right now? Pick that and imagine this beautiful energy of waterfall. You can imagine it in any way that you want. And it is flowing onto this box. Now the job of this energy is to really heal this box in every way possible. So we don't know what's going to happen. I just want you to keep havening now and let this energy do its thing and just watch what happens to your box. If your box disappears, that's fine. Just imagine this energy coming in through the top of your head and just flowing into your body, filling every cell. If your box hasn't disappeared yet, that's okay. Just let the energy do its thing. So what I'd like to know is only I want to hear from the people whose box has not disappeared. Just let me know in the chat. Okay. All right. Beautiful. All right, everyone. Big stretch. All right. We're just going to just do a big stretch for those of you, for whoever has box is still there. Just keep doing what you're doing. There's no rush. We never rush our nervous system or the brain's, body, mind's natural processes. And what we're going to do is we're going to dial up the energy. Okay, so we're going to just dial it up and make that energy more intense now. And this energy is almost like a laser beam. Okay, it's going to really focus in on whatever's left of the box. There's no rush. And for those of you whose box is not gone yet, I just want you to repeat out loud with me, okay, or after me. I'll say it. Yep. So repeat after me, even though there's a part of me that's not ready to let go yet. I love and accept myself completely. And I love and accept the part of me that is ready to let go completely. And that these two states can exist at the same time. And that to really trust that the body-mind system will let go when it's ready. It's not because anything's wrong. There might be wisdom in holding on to a tiny speck of the box. Okay. So we're going to dial the energy up really intensely now. It's going to come in through the top of your head or come down on what's left of the box. Just a few more. I'm going to be silent now. Let's just haven and really focus in on that. All right, and a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And another. And another. And a big stretch. Pendulate body. Big fake yawn or real yawn, or just let that energy just kind of come up and out. Let's notice and just kind of sit with what happened and just see what you notice. So let's go back to the memory that we started with. What do you notice now? And you can put that in the chat. Yeah, that's right. When the emotions kind of get disconnected, it's almost like, you know, almost we get a different perspective, don't we? It's like suddenly our filter sees it in a very different way. Yeah. Sometimes the image gets blurred, sometimes it's just reduced. Yeah, that's it. The feelings are really very different now. Beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's almost like hard to access that memory. So, I'm just, yeah, loving all the comments. It's weightless and emotionless. Yeah, I can kind of have witness consciousness about it, right? Like you're separate from, you're not blended with and caught up and tangled in with those emotions and the stress of it all. Yeah, and you can kind of, they're far away. They're not, they have no purpose anymore. And what we've done is we've depotentiated the memories. We've changed the way it's encoded in the brain. And so you have a very different physical reaction, which of course then gives you an emotional, different emotional reaction completely. So I can do another process, or we can have a little talk. What are you all up for right now? Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your kind words. This is actually what we're appreciating is the brilliance of our body-mind system. And it's when we honor the natural healing processes in our body, anything becomes possible. So another process. All right, let's. So what we're going to do is I want you all to think of the age that you were when the memory that we've just been working on. So not another memory, it's that inner child that experienced whatever we worked on this evening. I want you to bring her to mind. I say her, but it could be him as well, or whoever your inner child is, okay? So bring your inner child to mind. And I want you to really embody the highest version of you. And I want you to meet your inner child and welcome your inner child into your presence. And let this beautiful little being know how happy and proud you are of her, how bravely they endured whatever they endured. And now I'm going to step out of the process and I want you to let your inner child hear what she needed to hear. Okay, what she never heard at the time. Just tell her, fill her up with some big, big love. And haven while you're doing that. What you want to let her know is just let her know what she needs to hear, that she's good enough, that she's safe, that you love her. That it wasn't her fault. That she's perfect just the way she is. Let her know that you're going to look after her from now on. And she doesn't have to worry or be scared because you're the highest and best version of yourself is running the show. Looking out for her. She can relax. She doesn't have to be afraid or nervous or anything that she might be feeling. You could just stand in silence together, imagining lots of love from your heart moving into her heart, if you like. You know, the heart has a wisdom and intelligence of its own, biologically, metaphysically, on every level. Whenever you're ready, I want you to say goodbye to her and tell her Goodbye till you meet again. That you're always there. She's never far. You're never far. Whenever she needs you, she just has to let you know. And you can just be with her and send her love. It's as simple as that. And a big stretch. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Pendulate your body. Let your nervous system just recalibrate. And do you want to put in the chat anything that you noticed or experienced? Again, you don't have to. Okay. Yeah, it is emotional. It's emotional meeting these parts of us. Beautiful. We're just going to wrap up with one final process and then we can have a little bit of a chat and some questions. Yes, it is very comforting. And yes, your younger self does feel very seen and held. And when the delta waves are there, it's like a very embodied experience as well. It's not just kind of floating around in your imagination. It's like a felt sense of safety and connection. Yeah. And they do bring up a lot of emotion. That's really natural. It's also a release. So we're going to do one more process again, havening. Yes, and they can feel like they're lost parts of ourselves, you know. They're never lost though. They're all in our subconscious. And sometimes what we want to do is bring a consciousness to them, and then we become more whole, right? All right. So one last process to wrap up this evening. I want you to close your eyes and haven. So we're full of delta waves now. We've been delta waving for almost just short of an hour. So our brain landscape is going to feel and look very different. Delta waves increase the production of oxytocin, serotonin, GABA, which is a calming neurotransmitter in the body. That's why you might be feeling really tired or really just floppy or really relaxed or sleepy. That's really natural. And what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes for this one. Okay. And again, what I want you to do is just close your eyes and invite your beautiful future self just to appear. Because you're all on this journey, aren't you? And you're actually on a journey to meet her. And here and there, suddenly your future self is. And what I want you to do is just, again, connect heart to heart. And if you have a question for her, you can ask her. And you can receive the message. Or you can just connect with just being in your future self's presence and just feel and listen to what that feels like, okay? And if you look into her eyes, you might notice she's not actually worried about anything. If there's anything you want to say to her, you can. If you have any worries about the future, you might want to bundle it up and put it in a suitcase and just hand it to her and see what she does with it. And whenever you're ready, you can just thank her for leading the way. And whenever you're ready, you can take your time and you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Do a big stretch, pendulate your body. If you want, you can stand up and just do flopsies, flopsies where you just kind of flop around and just like flop everything and just like, shake it all out. That's it. If there's a noise you want to make, just make that noise. That's it. No one can hear you. You're on mute. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being so beautiful and brave.
That was wonderful. I'm loving reading all of these comments
Yes, me too.
and the big shifts that people have had.
Yeah.
And that was so nice going into the future as well.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I've made two big choices in my life that are coming up in the next quarter. Last week, and I worked on those because I wanted to do it, but there was like, oh, this is like stretching my capacity. And so the future self was lovely because she was the one that wanted me to say yes. And then meeting her was like, yeah,
Oh,
this is good. You got this. This is great.
yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Anybody
Anyone
else?
else have any sharings? You're welcome to come off mute too, or if you have any questions for Priya while we have her.
Thank you, Susan.
Right, I'm off mute now.
Yes.
Well, the only thing the only thing that was missing was the colour purple when you were going through it. And I was just surprised because, I think of purple as representing royalty and spiritual, the highest form of spirituality.
Yeah. Well, yes, you're right. And I randomly picked the colors, so it just
Oh,
pops into my mind. There wasn't a real reason to it. I'm giving
right.
your brain is being distracted by a neutral, engaging task. And
Yeah.
hopefully you could imagine the color purple and bring that in
Yeah,
for
I
your
did. Thanks.
super. Well done. And for those of you that need to leave, yes, thank you so much for being here. It was a real pleasure. Yeah,
Well, that's
great.
cool, Karen. Really felt different to parenting my younger self, being parented by my future self.
Yeah, yeah.
The
That's a
adult.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, good insight.
That's cool. Well, thank you so much. This
My
has been
pleasure.
awesome. We'll put it up in our recording page, so anyone who wants to come back to this process can definitely, you could just keep working on any memories, hey?
Yep.
Um,
And yeah, and if you struggle to see your future self, that's okay, So that just happens sometimes. Nothing is missing.
yeah.
Maybe she's like hiding a little and just, she's got your back regardless.
Yeah. And I've just popped Priya's website in the chat box as well. So if anyone wants to connect with Priya or learn a bit more about what you do, um, do you have an Instagram page or Facebook page?
I'm not really, I have an Instagram page. It's not a therapy page, but
Yeah, okay.
yes, I'm on
Just your personal
Instagram.
one.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't quite made that leap yet. That's, future self's got that under control. So let's see. Let's
If
see
it's
when that
needed, if not, how
that's it.
lovely.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Priya.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Thank you, Philly. That was
very
really beautiful. I enjoyed it
nice.
so much. And yeah, beautiful group. Thank you for your for participating so beautifully.
Awesome. All right. Have a lovely
So
sleep,
best of luck
everyone.
yeah, good night. Sleep well.
See ya. Thank you.